Hello, it's Brian's Game Night. Please subscribe and push the button. Um, so Wizard of the Coast, and sorry for the glare, it's real early Thanksgiving Day. Wizard of the Coast came out with words they're going to get rid of, you know, to be PC about things. But I surmise, I'm certain that is probably part of the reason why, but I surmise that another reason is to dumb you down. A little unknown fact about me, and this book was out by then, so this was, I don't know, this is 75. No, that can't be right. Um, hmm, no, I think this was came out in 78 or 79, something like that. Well, 78 is the forward. That's about right. And so whatever grade I was in then, I was given a test, reading comprehension test, and I was in like the 1 percentile of my of the school. I'm the grade, but this was elementary. So, but one of the reasons why, because I read, well, not just this book, but and especially the Dungeon Master's Guide, the first edition, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Gary Gygax wrote this fucking book for adults. Now he kind of knew there would be kids, but he didn't write down. He wrote up. He didn't go, well, I don't know. This word might be too hard for the person to understand. No. He wrote the book at his level. And we would look back at this and we would say, oh, he said things that were kind of, I don't know, we can't do that. But my point is, one of the reasons I had such a high reading comprehension was because I had read a lot of shit. I read shit like this that was written by adults. And when I looked over a word, constitution, charisma, what the fuck is that? I had to look it up. Or the book explained it at least. And then I go, well, it's not just the game. Charisma means, personality, or you you figure out what it means. Wotc comes out, and every time they do, everything they do is like, I almost think they get a gun, and I know, pew pew, can't say on studio, but they do Russian roulette with themselves. They're going to get rid of the word barbarian. One of your freaking classes is a barbarian. Where are you going to call the barbarian now? Right? Where are you going to call the barbarian? Savage. Oh no. But you see, when you say all these words are not allowed, so people growing up now, they're looking at the seventh, they're looking at fifth edition or D&D, new D&D, whatever the heck you're going to call it. You're whittling away vast amounts of words, vast amounts, and you're making them undesirable words that shouldn't be used. Um, and eventually you're whittling away your vocabulary, your ability to say something. See, when you talk about something, um, oh, she's beautiful. She has, she's very comely, or she's very, her charisma is great. You have all these other words that you can now rely upon to describe something. But it does even more than that. Let's say you're 15 years old now, and you're not reading this book. You're reading this new. We can't have it. We can't use the word tribal. We can't use the word tribe. We can't use the word, whatever. and you start reading this stuff, but you don't really know about the things in the past. So now you have to maybe later on you discover a book, written by a Greek writer, and the book was translated in the 1920s. And now you can't read it because you don't understand any of these words. Maybe Google will still be around, and you can Google it and you can figure out what they're trying to say. But a lot of people won't do that, right? We have Google right now that you can go and you can look anything up, but they don't know anything because they don't even look it up, right? We now have, and not to get political, but we have these people who are going in and killing people, and we're going, well, wonder why they did that. And they go, oh, it's some political landmass thing. No, it's not. It's a religion that's been around for 1,400 years, and all you have to do is read the book. But you don't. You don't read it. You don't look it up. And even if you did look it up and read it, you probably wouldn't know because you don't have a vocabulary. Dumbing down of the not just American, but people in general, this generation is on such a massive scale, and I think that is the true. And I'm not saying there's a cabal of a cabal that's over, the gaming industry, and we're going to do these things or control the puppets, but their political correctness corresponds and goes hand in hand with controlling and dumbing down of people. You know, these are the people in Wizards of the Coast who will shout you down with a different opinion. By the way, and I want to be very clear about this. Again, try not to be too political, but it is a very political thing. If you go to these universities and uh, these political correct people nowadays, the one thing they do is they shout down. They're going to go, there's a speaker or there's somebody on the street, or they shout down any opposition. And I want to point out to you right now that that's been done before. Before Hitler rose in power, during in the 40s, he would send the brown shirts out, and they would do the exact same thing. So you little political correct pink hair bitches that are out there shouting people down, you're doing exactly what they did. Whether you want to believe it or not, it's the truth. So back to this thing, and this I think this is a very good example of this. Um, it all kind of relates to each other. The elimination of certain words. I remember not just this. I mean, this book, and again, especially the Dungeon Master's guy. Oh my god! And I was thinking about that the other day. This Dungeon Master guy has the science behind rolling dice. You don't see that in fifth edition DM's guide. You don't see bell curves and shit like that. So again, yes, there is a political correct component to the elimination of words in their products, but I also feel it's also specifically done to dumb you down. That's it for today.